sweetheart, and I love you so. My Dixie sweetheart, girl of the long ago, I bless the day we met. My Dixie sweetheart, oh how I love you so. I never will forget.
If I had to leave you, baby, would it hurt you? Would you cry a lot if I wasn't there? If I was suddenly taken from you, sweetheart, light a candle for me, dear, and say a prayer. If my brains were turning mushy, would you want me? If I burned up in a fire, would you gasp? If I swallowed nitric acid, would you help me? Or would you just think that I possess no class? Oh, darling, please tell me now, 'cause the lights are getting dim. Oh, baby dumpling, why can't I once just win? If I should die before I hold you, life was one big sham. You're all I want in loving, besides those on your plans. If I was lying, hurt, and bleeding, would you love me? Blood was gushing round my head, would you care? If my lips were torn and mangled, would you kiss me? Or would you turn your back on me like I were there? If I were dragged by wild horses, would you miss me? If vultures pecked out both my eyes, would you cry? If all my limbs were pulled out of their sockets, would you hug me closer, just tell me goodbye? Oh, darling.
Around the clock, we're gonna rock to the rhythm of the street. Down the block, around the clock, we're gonna rock. The dreams you give, the streets could talk. Wanna be somebody, be a contender. Gotta reach for the sky. If you want it, fight for it, or kiss it goodbye. It's make it or break it. Try to survive. Don't ever say never. Keep your dream alive. Around the clock, we're gonna rock to the rhythm of the street. Down the block.
Hey, Blake.
Hey there.
He's Blake. I'm Ronnie. All the good names are taken. Podcast, emergency live stream, Blake. I know you don't like live streams, but it helps me with the editing. For a while, we've wanted to talk about a particular John Carpenter movie, Assault on Precinct 13. I know I've watched it like 3 times in the last week and a half, so I wouldn't forget anything. And now we got together. Here we are.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, it was decent.
Yeah.
All right. So, guess we'll see you guys. I know you don't like lives, and I don't either because we got to associate with the chat. Hey, Pat, what's going on? Jim Bob's in there, and Josh is in there, the horror guy, saying he can't stay long.
What's up, Pat?
So
I watched Pat watch Fletch the other day.
How'd it go?
It went good. I've never seen Fletch, so it was fun.
My favorite part of Fletch.
Bend
is-
over.
No, that's Fletch too.
Oh.
My favorite part of Fletch. I send it to you all the time, and he's at the club, and the
Oh, yeah.
Mexican guy comes up and goes, "You remember the club?" And he goes, "I'm with the Underhills." And they just listen, you know. Yeah, he's gone to do his urinalysis. He'll be back. Would you like some food or drink? I can put it on the Underhills account. I'll have a steak sandwich, a Bloody Mary, and a steak sandwich. Guy walks off, and I just think it's hilarious. So, hey, Brett's here saying evening. I didn't know, Blake, until the other day when he said that he was a moderator for what's his face, Lee.
Yep.
That you were trying to start a beef with.
I wasn't starting to beef with anybody.
Asked him if you ever been with Black.
And he didn't answer,
It's true.
by the way.
Eli Cortez is in the chat saying, "What's up, everybody?"
That's nice.
Jim Bob says he's been on the Alfred Hitchcock movie binge, way better than half the S they make today, Blake. Favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie, Blake, real quick.
Got to be Birds.
Yeah, The Birds. I don't think I've seen that since I was a freaking 10-year-old.
Really?
I remember watching it maybe on TNT. I haven't went out of the way. Look, here's the deal. Even when I was buying DVDs when they first came out, I bought a bunch of them. They're in a box in a storage room somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I still didn't buy like Alfred Hitchcock stuff. I didn't go out of my way to say, hey, you know what? I want to own Psycho. And because, there's just no interest to me. And this is from somebody whose parents used to make him watch Nick at Night. And the Alfred Hitchcock show was on Nick at Night in a particular period when our parents used to watch it all the time, Blake.
Who's that dickhead at the beginning of in the movie theater who goes, Alfred Hitchcock?
That is, what is his name?
Silence of the Lambs guy.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
So when Hannibal Lecter's there.
Hannibal Lecter, tell me to turn my phone off.
Yeah. Ain't listen to that dude. He killed somebody. Blake, why? I keep hearing stuff. Hold on. I'm the only one here at home right now, so.
Hey, Nick just uploaded something.
Is it live?
No, it's not live. He just uploaded Jaws. Let me see the title of this real quick. Which Jaws film has the best trailer? Let's watch them all. Is he going live or is it like a pre-recorded video? It's a pre-recorded video.
It's not live?
No, can we watch him watch that video? Can we do that?
You want to?
Is he gonna be mad? I want to make him mad because he's just now starting to dip his toe back into YouTube. I don't want to rock the boat.
Why would he get mad?
I don't know.
Hold on. Are we here?
It's a hatless Nick, Ron.
What's going on with that hair?
I like it.
Trailers,
Looks nice.
original theatrical trailers.
Can you hear it?
Jaws franchise.
Yeah, I can hear a little bit.
One is the best.
Brett says nothing but love for you guys and Lee. He'd probably be on your channel if you reached out to him. Lee is down to earth and just loves to talk horror.
Jaws 3.
I'll reach out.
I will die on that hill. But the trailers are a different story. So we're gonna watch the original theatrical trailer.
Where's the hat at?
React to them and then rank them.
Nick, you ever lived in a trailer?
Which,
You ever been with a
which is the
woman?
best quality, which gets you.
How much do you
I
know
bet-
about
these
trailers,
things
boy?
to watch the upcoming movie. So, with that in mind, tell me in the comments while you're watching.
See, what all is he watching here? I guess I should have looked.
I think
Is
there's
he
4
watching-
Jaws movies. He's gonna watch all the trailers.
He's going to get dinged like 15 times and wonder why they take away his monetary rights.
Definitely on the Mount Rushmore.
I don't know if
And if you're talking my favorite movies, it's
I don't know if you're allowed to watch a trailer.
probably
No, people do it all the time. These trailer reaction videos.
in my life, right up there with Forrest Gump, believe it or not. So I
Backtrack Cinema's in the chat says you got to smoke. What movie's that from, Ronnie?
We'll get to that here in a second. Hatless Nick. A lot of people today watching the Superman trailer, Blake, and now Warner Brothers is dinging everybody this afternoon. They got all that free pub earlier today from all these influencers on YouTube, doing their fake first trailer reactions, after they watch it 10 times and script of what they're going to do, stuff like that. And then they make their fake ass thumbnail.
That's
And-
dog. Super dog just shitted, Ronnie.
Dog's on his chest. So yeah, I mean, we're not good enough to do trailer reviews.
I know that you're down on like the stuff you've read about Superman.
I am.
I still have faith. I still have faith, Ron.
Even today, watching that trailer, Superman is like it to me. I love Batman, but Superman is like it. And there's a good movie to be made out there, especially the way the world is today with so much negativity and so much hatred and just the people being polar opposites to each other, to have somebody like the beacon of good trying to lead these dumbass people in the right direction to prosperity. And, they just haven't gotten it right. And this might be the best movie ever, but I'm just so worried because every trailer is about this damn dog. Too much dog over and over. And I love dogs, but it's too much dog.
All right, so Ronnie, innocent until proven guilty, right?
Exactly.
Okay, let's have faith.
And I love the trailer.
Let's have faith, and this is a good movie until it's not a good movie. Okay, let's go that path. Me and you, let's be the only ones. I'm going to the theater to see this. Hopefully, me and you go together. Hand in.
I got any money?
I got some money, brother. I got my Nick Castle money saved up.
Blake, I hear.
Pat, I'm taking $200 to the con.
Blake, hold on. I hear something.
Want to be on our show?
No!
Want to be on our show, buddy?
No!
Hey, want to be on our show?
No!
Show.
Wasn't nothing there. What were you saying?
I was telling Pat I'm taking $200 to the Comic-Con. Is that going to be enough?
Well, I mean, $65 to meet Nick Castle. That's all I'm taking. $65.
65 and then like 30 to get in. And I mean, I can take pictures. I can do the zoomed out selfie. I can get pictures from everybody else. I'm hugging Nick Castle. I'm gonna see if we can reenact. Hey, if I slip you an extra 10, can we reenact the Big Trouble in Little China music video, the whole song?
Dude, can he slide out there with us with the video? So
you better run.
That music video is so great. It's so great.
I'm very proud of you for what you just did, Ronnie. I love that. I need 1,000,000 times more of that in my life.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I mean, you walked through the hallway a while ago.
Oh, well, you had to go see what was going on.
You heard a
Told
noise.
you heard something. Yeah. Anyway, Blake, we told everybody we were going to be doing different stuff. Assault on Precinct 13. And since it's alive, anybody in the chat that's going to hang around with us, and we understand there's not many there. Apparently, there's a bunch on X right now following us, but they never interact for whatever reason. But so if you've got any info about Assault on Precinct 13 that we're obviously not going to cover, throw it up there and we'll discuss it as we go. Blake, I broke it down character by character, just, and we could go from there. And I've got some scenes that I want to discuss. Like I literally, let me pull it up. The opening of the movie. That's the wrong thing, Ronnie. You don't want that. You want the assault clips. And
get straight to real life.
So the movie opens with this right here, Blake. Hold on. It doesn't end like this. Hold on. I clicked on the wrong thing. Already off to a wonderful start.
You watched a different cut.
I did. Here is what I meant to pull up.
Freeze! This is the police. Drop your weapons and place your hands above your heads.
I mean, we get that to start the movie, and then we get the awesome John Carpenter score for this movie. I really love it. And, people will argue that all of his, soundtracks or his scores sound remotely the same, but I thought it fit the movie. I think it makes the movie 1,000 times better than it has any right to be. But I thought cops acting the way cops should act at the beginning of this movie was a great way to get it started. And then it's followed up with a radio broadcast where pretty much the chief of police gives out to the gang members, like, here's what you need to do. He's like, we just had a shipment of arms get, stolen. If these gang members ever get their act together, we're going to be in trouble. Cut to the multicultural gang doing the whole blood thing. And a lot of people compare this to a zombie movie, and I could see where it's a zombie movie because the gang members are roughly just faceless and emotionless, and it's a lot of storming of the building. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad flick. It's not a bad flick. What say you before we get started on these characters?
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I really like it. I love the characters. You talked about John Carpenter. First off, everybody on YouTube, Carpenter's their favorite.
Yeah.
You talked about his music kind of sounding the same in all the movies. How about like the premise kind of being the same in all his movies, where the bad guy criminal has to help the good guys and becomes a good guy? I mean, we get that with this. We get that with Escape from New York. We get that with Ghost of Mars.
Mars Attacks. I mean, Ghost of Mars.
Yeah, Mars Attacks. So, I mean,
you're right. Escape from LA, Escape from New York, bad guy helping good guy. And any other ones? What are some other ones that it could have been like that?
I've never seen his other movies.
Nick says, I haven't seen this since I was a kid. Didn't love it, but I'm guessing I was too young to appreciate it.
No, I mean, Nick, that's a fair assessment of this movie. Honestly, it's you either love it or it's meh, and depending on what day it is, like, I liked it. Rewatch, I liked it because it kind of flew by for me, and I thought that was I thought I remember it being much longer.
It's because it was 80 minutes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It is perfect for this movie. It sort of felt like, and people are going to get all over me, it felt like another student film.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to get a bunch of people, and let's just get to it, Blake. Assault on Precinct 13.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to sound like, I'm a filmmaker or anything like Vinny at Womp Stomp, but I noticed little things while watching this, Ronnie. Anytime the sheriff is looking out the window, it's the same shot of those bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And you see gang members running by this way, and Carpenter did all that in one night. He's like, all right, y'all run this way, then y'all run this way, now y'all run back this way, and he got all those shots in the same night, and filmed it all at one time and made it simple. I thought that was really brilliant. And then the rest of the movie takes place all pretty much basically inside the precinct.
Yeah. Nick and Brett, what the hell are y'all doing? All the movies y'all watch, y'all on here watching these influencers, including us on YouTube, watching the worst movies. Watch this. You should have watched this in the last 15 years. I mean, look, I'm going to get to my worst part of this movie, Blake, and this is just a discussion. This is not a review. We're not qualified to review movies. We're qualified to watch the movies, and me and Blake discuss it like we would do on the couch. Napoleon Wilson is the main character in this movie, all right? And I thought that it could have been anybody else in this role that would have been a better actor, Blake.
Okay, I disagree. I think Darwin Jostin.
Hold on, Blake. My bad. This is not Darwin Jostin. This is B-Rad from Workaholics.
Oh, okay.
I put him on there because he looks exactly like Darwin Jostin. And I told you I was going to ruin Napoleon Wilson for you and try to tell me that this guy, B-Rad, doesn't look exactly like Darwin Jostin.
Well, I mean,
is that B-Rad that just hopped in the trunk with a case of Diet Shasta?
B-Rad is rad. That's, I think that's your opinion, man. Look at that. This is a good looking guy. I need you to explain to me how come this character isn't as iconic as Snake Plissken. And don't say Kurt Russell.
It's Kurt Russell.
Okay.
If you put this guy as Snake Plissken, you'd have people like me that don't know anything saying what I'm about to say right now. This guy can't act. So all of these, which should be, chat real quick, what year did this movie come out? All these lines that should come off like, I'll even believe Snake Plissken goes, "Gotta smoke." I mean, at one point, he cannot deliver a line. He cannot act. He looks like, I don't want to say it, but great value Clint Eastwood in a way. And that's not a compliment. He can't act. Thus, what could have been a really great character, I think, is marred by the inability to emote anything other than one tone, one emotion throughout the whole movie. Gotta smoke.
You're saying he can't act.
Yes.
Is this just the way the character was supposed to be, Ronnie? Like stone cold, no emotions? I mean, is that what we're supposed to be? Okay.
No, I don't think it's the way, because
is it a bad performance or is he a bad actor? Is what I'm asking you.
I think it's both. I think if we go back to what is he's in The Fog, right? I mean, he's got 2 lines in The Fog. You really can't screw that up. I think he's a better actor. It's the performance. I guess that's a good way to put it, Blake. His performance is not as good as it needs to be for this character. They tell you he's an asshole. They give you an insight into, and a lot of mystery there, a lot of mystique about what he did. Why'd you kill those folks? And he goes, when I was a young kid, the preacher just said, "Hey, you got something evil in you." And they're immediately like, "You're such an asshole." Because it's supposed to be that he's being sarcastic, but we can't tell by this right here. Or it might not be that he's being sarcastic. Maybe he's telling the truth and we don't know because he is monotone every time he says something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that adds to the character that he's not showing emotion during this assault. Like, he is, for the most part, calm as this precinct is getting taken over. He's just blasting people. And I mean, he gets loud every now and then, but for the most part, no emotion from him.
It says he's serving a life sentence for murder, needs a smoke, doesn't sit his chairs as well as he used to, got something evil in him. He's a Clint Eastwood ripoff, obviously, and I got it. He's worst actor in the movie, and that's my opinion. Blake didn't write the slides here. Blake obviously thinks he's good, but I think if you put a Clint Eastwood in this spot, Blake, right here.
Yeah. I mean, if you put one of the greatest actors ever in this spot, I think it gets better. That's a shock. But
saying you could have put Charles Cyphers as Napoleon Wilson, and I think it's better.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you could put Wales as Napoleon Wilson, and I think it's better.
I agree with that
because he's a better actor. Yeah, I mean,
I wonder why Carpenter never went back to Wales. Because
back to the Wales.
He went to the Wells too many times, Ronnie.
It's probably like Charles Cyphers. He was doing his wife. I don't know. So Napoleon Wilson, supposed to be a really good character. A lot of, do you got to smoke? A lot of one-liners.
How'd you get that name, Napoleon Wilson?
I'll tell you about it sometime.
See, I like that.
And can I ask you a question, Napoleon? You're a cop. I figured you get around to it eventually. It's just I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan.
And I'll is it concede? I'll concede to this point. You're right. This guy has just as many iconic lines as Snake Plissken, but the way they're delivered, they don't land.
Yeah. If you got him going F your war, and I don't give a F about your president, it's not, it's not as good. Imagine Charles Bronson in this.
I could watch a series of movies featuring Napoleon Wilson, Ron. I really could.
I could too. I would love to go, and figure out what, everything he did before he got caught. I think that would have been really good. And I guess we're sitting here talking about the character. I guess the actor did do somewhat of a decent job, because if it was awful, we'd have just skipped right past him. But obviously he's the big, he's the badass in the movie. And we move over to the other lead which is Ethan Bishop. Okay. Cop, ridiculously expensive house, might be on the take, Blake. And he's the whitest guy in the movie. So let me show you the house that I was talking about. Everybody's watched this movie. I wonder how many people have said, look at Bishop's house on a cop's salary.
Whoa.
I mean, look at that, Blake.
You sure it's not the courthouse?
That's not the courthouse, Blake. That is his house. So he's definitely on the take. How can he afford a house like that? And he goes down there and gets in a car about like mine. So Ethan Bishop, very well acted part in this movie. I believe I like this character. He comes off as a genuine guy. He talks to the secretary that we'll get to here in a second. And she's like, he goes, I was raised 2 blocks from this place. And she goes, good thing your parents got you out of here when they did, or you never would recover. And he's like, I didn't move out of here. I walked out of here when I was 20 years old, which shows that he's got good character and he didn't let any bad influences affect how his life turned out.
Yeah. And he never had a bike.
And he never had a bike. And I thought he was really good throughout the movie. I mean, he doesn't panic. He doesn't turn on people. He's not constantly screaming at everybody. And he sort of handles everybody in a way that helps him survive. You may disagree.
You telling me Carpenter couldn't use this guy in Halloween, or
he should have been Dr. Loomis,
or Big Trouble in Little China, or
he should have been Lopan.
Yeah.
If they remade it, he probably will be Lopan. So, I mean, there you go. I'm like you. I don't know why you don't come back to this guy right here in some of your future movies. And maybe he did, and we just not, I
don't think he did.
I don't either. What'd you think about this guy?
I thought he was great. I thought he played the part perfect. He is a 100% old school babyface cop.
So let's go through here. We got Lee next. I didn't know if she's a secretary. I mean, obviously, probably a secretary. Possible victim of SA, sexual assault, because she's really monotone and mute throughout the movie. The reason I bring up might be a possible grape victim is she gets shot in the arm, and it's like she doesn't feel pain. And then she makes the comments that she's been run through by a bunch of cops, and that's the reason she's hasn't learned to trust people to save her. Okay. Really cool scene, but also a really puzzling scene in this movie where she gets shot and there's no reaction. Like, if I get shot in the arm like that, I'm going down, Blake. I'm done. I'm just laying there.
I'm like Nick Cage in Con Air.
What do you think about, and she had the potential to be a very annoying character, but they played her as like a tough broad that, is been through some stuff. So she's got no problem in these tough situations like this, because it's sort of like Billy Bob Thornton said in Bad Santa, if these gang members think they can make my life any effing worse, just go ahead. Give it a shot. That's what she's doing throughout this whole thing. And she is the thing in which they get the information out of Bishop, so he doesn't have to brag about himself. She's the vessel that asks all the questions about everything in this movie, and has a little, romantic thing going with Napoleon Wilson until, the very end there.
Yeah, I had to look her up. She had very pretty eyes. I thought she was like Evil Lynn from He-Man at first.
Mm-hmm. That's Meg something.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to talk about Napoleon being emotionless. I mean, he's met his match with this one. I mean, I thought for sure that she died in this movie, but I was wrong. She walks away at the end. She acts like she didn't want to walk toward the ambulance and leave Napoleon, because she knew that was going to be the last time she sees him. But once again, John Carpenter, you don't get a happy ending. Jack Burton leaves Sex and the City. Napoleon leaves Lee.
That's immediately
Loomis.
That's immediately what I thought of, Blake, is the Jack Burton thing where, aren't you even going to kiss her goodbye?
Nah.
And he leaves. So there you go. Pat says she had that sexy, crazy look. Nick Push says, who doesn't love grapes? And Jim Bob says, do you think a Big Trouble in Little China remake would work? Absolutely. If you go back and you look at Big Trouble in Little China, it's not appreciated for what it is, which is a great martial arts movie sandwiched in between a lot of comedy and a John Wayne type character that's, goofy and lets the sidekick handle everything, sort of like Green Hornet, Blake, where Kato does everything. I think you could definitely. Now, does it work if The Rock is remaking it like they talked about years ago? No. Yeah. Rock rolls into town, big giant guy, unless they do it like they did with the original, and he's got a sidekick or a buddy that does all the fights, and he's the one getting into bumbling mistakes and stuff like that. I definitely think it would work, but they're not going to capture the magic they had back in '86. I mean, back in '86, they didn't even know what they had. It took years later for people to even
anything could work if it's in the right hands. The problem is 95% of the time it's not going to be in the right hands.
Mm-hmm. He's saying dude from Twisters could play Burton. That guy he's going to burn all his goodwill in the Running Man remake because everybody's expecting Dynamo and Fireball and Captain Insano and whoever else, Captain Freedom, whoever else is in that movie. And what you're going to get with this new Running Man movie is you're getting the novel. You're getting the Stephen King novel where a guy is going on the Running Man show because they're threatening to kill his daughter and his wife. So that's the only reason he's going on there. And then they try to swerve you at the very end of it. So
it's a really good book.
Yeah, it's not going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the best movies of all time, Running Man. They're going to try. Glenn Howell is his name. He wasn't bad in Twisters when I watched that. I expected to hate him. I expected to hate him in Top Gun, but I don't. And I'm not mad at this guy. He's been in Hollywood for years. I didn't realize he was in The Dark Knight. So
who's he in that?
He's the guy in the stock exchange, Blake, that tells Bane, Dark Knight Rises, excuse me. No. He's the guy in the stock exchange that tells Bane, there's no money here. And he goes, oh, really? Why are you here then? And then rams his head on the table right there before he hooks the USB in. So,
spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Bane's awesome. But, yeah, this character is not bad at all. Doesn't get annoying like female characters tend to do, Blake. Let's move on. We got Wells. He's there. Trust me.
So damn towel.
Wells, we got to assume, is a murderer, thief, sexual assault guy. He's definitely guilty. He's a terrible potato player.
Never heard of potato to this movie.
Potato. Forgot to check the back seat, and I consider him a better class of criminal, like the Joker wanted, because there was pride among thieves with these people. These criminals never attempted to turn on each other. Blake, he was as fascinated with Napoleon as anybody else. Okay, so
I didn't get that.
What? That he was fascinated with Napoleon?
Fascinated with Napoleon. I didn't get that.
Well, he's like, you got some smooth moves, Wilson, and things like that. I just got that he admired him, and he very easily could have been one of those people that was going to, turn the gun on any of these cops and run for it, but he didn't. He was able to be talked down. Well, you think so, but the girl was like, damn, that gun ain't even loaded, and I'm doing all this.
Ronnie, that Burger King video I made, the part where I'm reading all the negative comments from the viewers, I had a scene that I cut where Jim Bob didn't have any issue with it. But I cut it because A, I didn't want, to be called Jim Bob a racist, and two, I didn't think it fit well with the part. But Jim Bob, I did have you in there, bud.
Nick says Carpenter had Carpenter had to have the most diverse cast in Hollywood back in the day. Absolutely.
True.
Yeah. He had everybody except the Irish. So there you go.
Blake, he was pumping at the time.
Definitely that. But you could also say the same thing for James Cameron. James Cameron, Ben
Affleck.
There you go. There's a scene, Blake, and we brought it up earlier, where they have to decide who's going to go out to the car. Okay. Who's going to go out to the car, and they play effing potato for it. And like Wells is like, man, I never win anything. If we flip a coin, I'm going to lose. And he goes, we're playing potato. So let me pull that up real quick. And the way it ends is hilarious. And we're going like all out of the place. If you guys, obviously the people that are here on X or the people that are on Rumble or the few people that are on YouTube, if you're here from the
X.
top,
How does that work?
what now?
I said there's 50 people on X. How does that work?
I don't know, but
What do you know?
I don't know shit. But we're going to be going all over the place. We're talking characters and we'll talk scenes. You guys throw in what you want to see, but here's one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie.
1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4, 5 day, 6 day, 7 day, more. 8 day, 9 day, 10 day, 11. Kiss my ass and go to heaven. Y-O-U spell you. I told you I'd lose. God damn it, we're going to do it again.
So, I mean, he wanted to do it immediately so they could do like when we were kids, Blake. We can do it opposite that time. Cody Decker's in the chat, and he says, hey, guys, love how Tony Burton did this and Rocky the same year. So there you go, Blake. Wales was in this movie and Rocky.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good paycheck. And a fun fact. So his death is kind of crazy because he drives that scene, Blake, where he's in that car. Like he goes through the manhole. They get this idea of we're going to send him through the sewer. And you come up on the street, and every time somebody would do something, all of these gang members would start wandering up like Michael Myers or zombies and start shooting. And he got into the car, he took off, and there's a scene where it looks like the car's going 1,000 miles an hour, and there's no way he's not out of the neighborhood. And then some guy pops up from the back and shoots him in the head, and they're watching from the window and goes, maybe just the window broke. And they realize, somebody was in the car. The door was locked, by the way. I don't know how they would have got in the car, Blake, but this is a good character. I mean, and I'm going to get to his partner here in just a second, but I thought that Wales was running a swerve on everybody that would help him escape. And maybe they did that in the new one. I never watched the remake.
Me neither.
But you're good with Wales. You like him?
Yeah, I thought he was great. And to me, he's a sad, sympathetic character because he knew his own fate. Like he knew he was going to die. He knew he was going to lose the contest before they even were decided. He actually said, "What about her? Let me play potato against her." So, yeah, he had that brief moment of excitement when he got in the car and floored it. And I wanted to see the scene after that where the car runs into something because there's no way that guy got from the back seat to the front.
No.
But I thought it was a very sad thing. My thing is how do these underground sewers work, Ronnie? Did he have to come up that manhole? Could he have went like 2 streets down and then come up?
My thing is, why couldn't he have went as far down the street as he wanted to before he finally come up? Could he have left the whole area?
Right. Yeah. That's what I would have done.
That's what you expect a criminal to do. I mean, hold on a second, Blake. Okay. Yeah, but that's what, if it was me, if it's Ronnie in that situation, I'm running the complete opposite way. And I think Napoleon actually says that.
Yeah.
He goes, what's to stop you from getting down there and go the other way?
He says, make sure you call the police on your way to Mexico.
Yeah. So
Brett Patrick says, good film with lots of bass. The good guys and bad guys need to work together to survive. Yeah, Brett, that's what we were talking about. That's kind of like John Carpenter's go-to in his movies, with this and Ghost of Mars and Escape from New York. They get a criminal to help them out. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Just say maybe our boy is a one-trick pony, huh? Huh?
Possibly. Julie, I guess she was the operator, secretary, whatever. She was useless in this movie, Blake.
Kill the guy from Mac and Me. Just kill him.
Yes. Was that the guy from Mac and Me?
Dude, that's the guy chasing him to McDonald's.
FBI agent?
Yes.
Holy crap.
The guy whose daughter dies in the beginning.
Yeah.
Who kills the gang members and goes to the precinct. He is the guy after Mac in Mac and Me.
I know. He's the one that takes the shades off. All right, Blake, hold on. Let's get to her first. She's the obligatory terrible human in this movie. Yeah. It's not the convicts. It's her. Let's just give him to them. They just want him, not us. So, and then she gets killed in one of the 500 random gun firing scenes they have in this movie. But she's a lot of nothing in this movie. But, Carpenter definitely came back to the well for her. Wasn't he dating her? Married to her?
is nailing everybody.
Yeah, so there you go. That's for me.
Yeah,
That's for you got to be
Hayes at one point.
Here's Kathy, and this was a scene, Blake, that hit me hard. No joke intended right here. This has got no place in this movie.
But that's why you saying that. That's why it does have a place in this movie.
I mean, she's riding around with her dad, and we'll get to her dad here in a minute. But she's riding around with her dad, and she goes over to the ice cream truck. She wants vanilla swirl. I've got that she's the worst actor in the movie, and she gets shot by that ugly damn gang member.
Yeah.
So it's just a scene that's really sad. Maybe some of the most emotion. Okay, not some. The most emotional moment in this movie.
What about the potato?
No, is her laying there dead with her dad finding the body and covering her up with his jacket. This has no place in this movie. I hate it.
What are you, a parent or something?
Yeah, I am. I hate it. I was. They replaced this shit with John Carpenter as the gay boyfriend of the guy driving the car. He goes over to the ice cream. He gets a vanilla swirl, and they shoot him. That's what they should have done. Same scene. Carpenter wearing the same damn outfit she's wearing, and let him get shot and fall out like this. Killing a kid.
Completely disagree, Ronnie. This establishes how garbage this society is and this gang is.
I don't know. Brett says, yes, indeed, Blake. Carpenter's a big fan of the anti-hero concept and getting paid.
Pull that picture back up. What is that? Who is it now? He changed it again. Who is that?
I don't know.
Brett, who is that? Is that Elon Musk?
No, that's the guy from Big Bang Theory.
That's Sheldon?
That's Sheldon. All right, Blake, moving on. Ice Cream Man.
Great shirt.
It's an awesome shirt. It's an awesome shirt. But the question is, he might be I've got worst actor in the movie for everybody. Why is he so stupid? Why is he in this terrible neighborhood? He could take that damn ice cream truck anywhere. Yeah. I mean, he's going into neighborhoods where he's got to have a 357 underneath the steering wheel. It's time to pick different neighborhoods, unless he's just a giant racist that knows people that are non-white are going to come running for that truck.
You go to where the money is, brother.
He also is one of the bravest people in the movie because he tells the dad that there's a gun under the thing there. After I understand, Blake, you think because he had the gun barrel shoved in his mouth while he's begging for his life before he got pushed down like a woman and shot 50 times that he's not brave. He could have just laid there and died. But he lets that guy know, hey, there's a gun under the steering wheel.
That's very brave of him.
Yeah, so there you go. Bravest guy in the movie.
You would have been better. Hey, I got some popsicles in the freezer.
Brett says it's Sam Rockwell from his great monologue in White Lotus season 3. So great, we don't know about it, Blake.
Brett, is that a good show? Because right now I'm on season 3 of Ozark, and me and my wife are talking about what we're going to start next. It's come down to Suits, The Wire, Narcos.
Watch Sight.
And White Lotus. I've never heard of White Lotus, so.
And I don't care about it. This is the warden. Looks like Porky Wallace gets tripped up by the chains. I have a video of that, Blake. It looks like he blows his knee out when he does it. So let me find it. I think I actually have the shot of the little girl getting no, I don't.
Fit.
Let's see. I didn't do it. I knew I didn't do it.
Hey, Byron, what's going on, man?
So.
White lie. Sometimes.
I want everybody in the chat. What's up, Byron? I want everybody in the chat to focus on the warden's knee. I'm not going to be able to stop it where I need to stop it.
How much Napoleon weigh? 140?
155-ish. 10 pounds more than Nick Bush.
Triple man up.
All right, here we go. Look at that, guys. Guarantee he messed that knee up.
Oh my God.
He grabbed it too, Blake. He grabs his knee. So he really got this is what we're gonna ask Nick Castle on the set of Assault on Precinct 13. Did the warden tear his knee up?
Lie. Sometimes triple man up.
Oh God. And dude, this is back in the day. That's 2-year injury.
Dude, it's a lifetime injury. What are you talking about, Blake?
No, I mean, like today, ACL, you're back in 6 months. Back then, you're
never
out 2
coming
years.
back. No, it's like the pros. Whenever they cut on you, you're done for good. You're limping around like that guy from Old Tex. It ain't happening, Blake. I ain't complaining, guys. So anyway, moving on.
God almighty.
Okay, so Caldell appears to have AIDS or the COVID.
Or both.
Yeah. So, Blake, I thought maybe him and Wells were running a swerve on everybody because they talk about him being sick. You know, that comes in early. Hey, man, this guy's sick. I thought it was going to be a situation where they stop somewhere and people sort of like Con Air come to help Caldell and Wells escape. Maybe even have it where, you know, you're fighting off the gang members that are trying to get these guys out of there. But it wasn't. Caldell dies soon after they get to the station in gunfire, and we find out Wells didn't have a plan. But I thought there for a second we had a plan happening. I think he's the best actor in the movie because I really believed he was dying.
Yeah, I thought he was really sick.
So anyway, what do you think about that? No, you think I'm just...
Yeah, I mean, that would have been great. That seems like something. I bet they do something similar to that in the new movie. I need to watch that. But yeah, like rewatching it, Ronnie, I was like, I wonder if they thought about one of these guys being in the gang and the gang coming to get them. But you don't need that because they're after that guy that runs into the precinct. But Nick Bush with the question of the night, Ronnie, any of these characters, top 10 Carpenter characters? Now you got to think, this don't count like the Halloween sequels and stuff. This is just Halloween, Big Trouble in China.
That's a video, Nick.
Village of the Damned.
That's a video, Nick. Top 10
Are any characters better in Village of the Damned than this?
Yeah, Mark Hamill. He's great as the maniac.
Guy who loses his britches.
Yeah. In front of the kids. What about the ancient Jedi text? I hate Mark Hamill. Anyway, Napoleon Wilson had the chance to be an all-time Carpenter character, but he's not. So I don't think you have anybody from this movie that's an all-time Carpenter character. Now, if you did all-time Carpenter side characters, you probably could throw in a Bishop or a Wells or something like that. But I don't think any of these guys crack the top 10, Blake.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that's a video. I mean, Napoleon had the chance to be Snake Plissken level. And
yes, absolutely. It's the same damn character.
It's the exact same character. Something just missed the mark. But
actor.
When you look at the characters in Escape from New York, I mean, you got the president, you got Cabby, you got is the crazy lunatic guy in Escape, is he the gang member in this?
Crazy lunatic guy in Escape.
You touch me, he dies.
Yes, he's the guy that shoots the girl.
That's the same guy, right?
Yeah, the guy that looks like the spiked-haired guy from Street Fighter or whatever.
Right. I mean, you got him. You got
Giant
Chef from South Park.
Are you just thinking bad guys, or
no? I'm just naming characters. I mean, I said the president too. I said Cabby. He's not.
All right, let's go with the original.
Steve Buscemi from Escape.
There's nobody in here. Halloween, obviously, you got Michael Myers, you got Laurie Strode, you got Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
Okay. Even I don't consider Sheriff Brackett. Then after that, you go to Escape from New York. You've obviously got Snake.
I'm going McCready.
Yeah, McCready's definitely, he's the best. He's number one. And Childs is on that list. There are a bunch of the characters from The Thing. I will hit the table on that.
It's the cast of The Thing.
It's the cast of The Thing.
And then the cast of Halloween. And then Jack Burton.
100 people right now on X watching us, Blake.
That's
2 people watching us on YouTube. So there you go. Let's move on. Caldell. Starker, which is Charles Cyphers. I thought the character had a lot of potential, Blake, but there was no meat on the bone, so to speak. Rumored to have screwed John Carpenter's wife, which is why they stopped doing movies together. And I would like to see them live longer, you know.
Now, who was the wife? Was it the big titty chick from Escape from New York?
Yeah, it was going to be her. So
Yeah, he didn't do it. Lou Donovan in this movie didn't do much for me. I don't know if he
just sort
wasn't
of
there
there.
long enough or what.
Maybe they couldn't have afforded him very long. But I mean, there, like I said, there was potential there. I'd love to have seen him live longer than Annie, as the whatever. He could have been the guy that was panicking, saying, "Just give it to him," or something like that to show that he was a true coward.
There's an argument that guy from the beginning who runs in there is the best actor in the movie.
Well, glad you said that because
Street Thunder.
I don't have him on here. I thought I did.
Mac and me.
You hold on a second, Blake.
All right, I'm fine.
Entertain the people.
Nah, they can entertain themselves. What's everybody eating for supper? It's the same questions every time.
Yeah, what y'all having?
The chat has died.
Hold on.
They're clicking off, Ronnie. We just went from 7 to 6.
I don't give a crap.
You better hurry with the mouse.
I had it saved.
No, you didn't, man. You know what I like to do sometimes? I like to post it on the corner of my laptop. It says, "Remember to save."
Dude, I had it saved in the thing. I made a point of saying that he's the best actor in the movie. I made a point of saying also that he was the only real man in the movie because he runs down these gang members after he finds his daughter dead, and he chases them into the night, and then they run away from him except the supposed badass, and then he gets out and he takes care of business. Blake, I can't believe that happened, but I do have this. So it's called Dad Kills Ugly.
Great shot.
Yeah. Idiot.
Pull the trigger to go click.
Yeah, this idiot's acting like he's badass. He's cutting his arm and all this other crap throughout the movie, and stuff like that happens. So I don't know, but what's Brett talking about? My message got deleted somehow. What are you talking
I think he said something dirty, and one of our mods.
Got him. He's watching his shower like Kramer. All right, so there you go, Blake. Street Thunder, the most diverse gang in Los Angeles, rumored to have Carpenter's wife. I didn't add anything else after that, but I wanted to look at this photo down here, Blake, in the bottom left corner. So you've got a African-American gentleman. You got a whitey. Driving looks like a Cuban.
Yeah.
And in the back, I think they merged a few races there, like Chinese and Hispanic or something. I don't know.
I think that's a werewolf.
So you've got everybody represented here who could possibly scare somebody. Street Thunder is a gang that is getting revenge for all the people that you guys saw earlier in the video get shot up. They keep storming this police station because the guy, after he just shot that ugly guy, he runs like me in the dark away from everybody, like full sprint. And he runs to this it's becoming an abandoned police precinct that they're moving to a different location. There's nothing there but Bishop and this bus of convicts that Starker had pulled through there and put into the cells. And they lay siege on the police station, killing everybody except Bishop, except Napoleon Wilson, except Lee, and this guy who is the father, whose name I could not remember. It's like Wells or something like that, I think. But he stays in a comatose state the entire movie underneath a jacket, and so he should after finding his daughter in that state and then killing somebody. So there's no leader to the gang. Whether it be this white guy here who they spend a lot of time on at the very beginning, or a couple of Hispanic / African American gentlemen throw a jar of red mayonnaise on the sidewalk and then lay some flag that we don't know what's going on down to let them know this place is under siege.
I just realized That little girl never paid for her ice cream, Ronnie. That's why she got blasted.
She was in Meatballs too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that's where she got shot. But I mean, there's a lot of scenes of them. They're not the smartest gang either, because when they lay siege to this place, they're just all trying to pile into a window where they're getting shot. So what do you say?
Hey, I said they're not brilliant.
No.
How much was that ice cream in 77, man? Are we talking a quarter?
Yeah, at least. I mean, he just gave her a little bit of change. You think about 30 cents, 35 cents? Probably not even that. It's probably a quarter. He probably gave her a couple of dimes and a nickel. Let's look that up, Blake.
How much was ice cream in 1977?
How much was an ice cream cone in 1977 from an ice cream truck? Gotta be specific. 15 cents, Blake.
Wow.
And
I got 24 of them.
Yes. In 1977, a standard ice cream cone from an ice cream truck likely cost around 15 cents. Prices could vary slightly depending on the specific type of cone or the toppings that were offered. Some people often recall a 1970 price of 5 cents for a single scoop of thrifty ice cream. Others remember the cones from the 1960s costing 7 cents for a single scoop or 10 or 15 cents for double scoops. Didn't Barry used to have a show called Double Scoops?
How can that be profitable for ice cream? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly. That'd be profitable for Frito-Lay. So
15 cents. How could that be profitable for ice cream cone?
Now, here's the one I accidentally put up earlier, Blake. Here are the gang. Hold on. I don't even know if it, gang's getting shot out of the window.
Yeah.
I somehow screwed up again, Blake.
This is the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
again,
this is the beginning of the movie again. I messed up, you know.
Amateur hour.
It is.
I've seen the movie. They try to come in the window. They say, "Hey, get out now," and they don't come in.
How about you let me show it?
Good shot. Shoot from the hip.
I'm going to come through the blinds. It makes all that noise. So, anyway.
Clever way to film it, though.
There was an awesome scene where they toss Napoleon Wilson the shotgun for the first time.
He dropped it.
Yeah, and he don't drop it. He fires 47 shots in a row. So, I mean, there you go. And then it just ends. You know, they run out of ammo. They try to escape 100 times. And then it just sort of like the cops show up at the very end, Blake, and like, hey, we're here to save the day. We're not even gonna let these people walk out of here. There's a cop car that's riding around going, nothing's happening.
Can't find anything. And they're the worst two actors in the movie.
And Napoleon mentions that when Bishop is like, they had to have heard the gunshots. And Lee is like, hey, Lee Brackett. Lee is like, there's nobody that lives within a block of the station. And Napoleon tells them, guys, where are the bodies? Because the gang members grabbed all the bodies and went and hit them. They moved all the cars. For some reason, they're pushing all the cars as protection from gunfire. Then they just pull the cars right on back, so nobody knows anything's going on at this police precinct. And then the cops show up at the very end after they do the whole gimmick of we're going to shoot an acetylene torch and blow up half of them. And they're beating them with the leg of a table, Blake, and it's knocking them out. So I don't know. I mean, that's the end of the movie. I mean, it's a cool ass ending. I mean, it's a typical John Carpenter cool ending, Blake. Here it is right here. I mean, I'll show you. I didn't show this one, but I'll show it in a minute. But I mean, the ending is pretty good.
It would be a privilege if you'd walk outside with me.
I know it would.
I know it would.
You're pretty fancy, Wilson.
More fancy talk.
Look at that strut. No matter what, Blake, you got to strut. It's a great ending. Very good ending.
Going to serve life in prison.
Yeah, I mean, part of me wishes,
this is better.
Part of me wishes that he had got away. But it just shows that there is something, even though he's a horrible murderer, there is something upstanding about Napoleon Wilson, Blake. So
everybody got to look good in them.
They do. Anyway, that's Assault on Precinct 13, Blake. Any final thoughts before we go?
No, just Carpenter's a one-trick pony. That's all I got.
Blake, Friday we'll be back, hopefully, with another Friday the 13th video. I've got Jason Rising, and instead of us watching it before, let's just watch it together Friday night. It's another Friday the 13th fan film. We'll put it on. Me and you will experience it together. Obviously, you've never seen it. I saw it one time, maybe not all the way through. For the future, there will be no more recommendations from Nick Push, who sent us a link of his name was Jason. And I watched that movie, Blake, and it was awful. It was like if me and you made a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, but is Nick doing the thing where he's messing with us, or does Nick really believe it's a good movie?
You saw the discussion. He said that it was, we're in the text together.
I didn't see it, though.
You didn't see him? No, not the movie, Blake. I'm talking about you had to have seen where he said it starts off slow.
No, I didn't.
You're not reading your text?
No, I'm not. 37 unread messages right now.
Pretty good intro of Napoleon.
This is Napoleon Wilson. Got a smoke?
Well, there you go. What brand you reckon he got? If your cigarette can't get lit, you must have quit.
He finally got his smoke, and I thought like something awesome was going to happen, but
like when The Rock gets a gun for the first time in Rundown, The Rock doesn't touch a gun the entire movie, and then at the end of the movie, he gets guns, and he's like the best guy ever with guns, killing everybody in that town. You forgot about how awesome that was. He's like finding new ways to cock that shotgun with his armpits, with his feet, with his knees as he killed everybody.
Yeah, I just remember a monkey humping him while he's paralyzed.
Oh, there you go.
Here, monkey.
I was hoping that once he got that cigarette, he turned in like a super badass. And like, it'd be great if he got the cigarette and then they tossed him the shotgun and he shot it 47 times. So, Josh says, can we appreciate how much of a badass Charles Cyphers looked in this movie? He looked good. He looks good in every movie, to be honest with you. He even looks good with that buzz cut in Major League. I'm a big fan of Charles Cyphers. I mean,
his hair did some work between this and Halloween.
Did it really, though?
Yeah.
Let's look at it. Oh, I'm trying to see what's on the back of this wall, too, is written.
It's a shitter.
Barron from L.A.
Barron Trump.
That hair's not too far off.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Just added some sideburns
over to it.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks to the 3 people from YouTube who hopped over with us on this quick emergency Assault on Precinct 13 review. I don't know what I'm saying, Blake.
Like that.
It's been a long day. Thank you to the 112 people that's on X and Rumble watching us. Thanks for taking some time out of your Wednesday. Blake, we're back Friday. If you guys want to join us, we'll be watching a shitty Friday the 13th fan film with, I think Vinny's actually in it. I know he's in it. I don't think. So we'll get to poke fun at him. And Blake, talking about this, I went through the comment section of My Name is Jason, the Nick Push recommended Friday the 13th fan film. And Vinny is in the comments because the people who made this movie were stupid enough to say, hey, if you guys can see anything that we need to improve on, please let us know because we're trying to be better filmmakers. And Vinny gave them a 10-point thing about what they did wrong. And then there was other idiots underneath that idiot telling them what they did wrong too.
What was number one that Vinny told him, hiring him?
He said it was too long. It shouldn't have been an hour and a half. He was actually right about that. This was a 25-minute movie max is what it should have been. It should have been guys talking at a bar, guys talking at a diner, and then guys going hunting. That's what it should have been. Instead, we get all kind of stuff out of that. People was wanting to be superstars. Then he told them about their lights and stuff like that, and they should have brought the deer out. I would have gave him the big the middle finger emoji if he's trying. Blake, when we make our movie and he tries to tell us what to do, no. Ain't doing it because we're going to be self-funded. That's all I got, Blake.
That's it?
Well, I mean, you got anything? We want to talk about Superman? We want to talk about the Eternals?
Let's go home, Ram.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
How you want to end it? Do you hear something?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
Thankfully.